Mike Matheson had a brutal game, man. Honestly, like there's a lot of things that I like about Matheson, but I'm really starting to dislike the way he plays defensively and just the bonehead plays that he makes. Welcome to episode 23 of the Barely Onside podcast with your host, Jonny G and Pelly. How you doing, man?
Doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. Doing okay for a Saturday. I'm doing okay. How was your day today? Good day?
Day was chill. Went out to the pond. My dad took my daughter out to the pond, to the dogs for the walk, and kept it pretty simple, man. Didn't do a whole lot. Just watched hockey all day. So it was Great. Great day. How was your day, man?
Yeah, it was good, man. Took Lexi to drama class. So we did that in the morning, and then we came home, kind of had a little bit of a lunch, and then went over to her friend's house. Elias, he's in her class and does the after school stuff with her. They're really close. We've been wanting to get together for a while for a play date for them, of course. And they had a good time. We spent like 3.5 hours there, so it was fun. She had a good time, and that's all that really matters. It was, good times. And then I came home and just kind of start making supper, get the kids ready for bed, and watch the hockey game, and then that's pretty much it. So
simple,
kind of a busy, simple, but a little bit busy. But pretty good. Yeah. Can't complain. Dude, how's the car, man? I know you got a car. What's the...
Man.
Tell me about it.
The Aviator, Lincoln, man, she's in love with it. Like, I want to drive it. She gave me her truck.
This is your wife, of course.
The other wife.
The wife.
Yeah, man. Such a momobile. It was that or the Palisade. And, having that 10 out of 10 for that safety, it's key. And the extra horsepower and the luxury that's kind of what I wanted. But no, she's super happy. Superb car, man. Happy wife.
Happy,
And
that's what they say.
Yeah, man. So things are good. We get the rental house there next week, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
Oh, right, the one in Lethbridge.
Yeah.
So that's moving pretty quick here now, isn't it?
Yeah, get possession. So
turnkey, obviously. Are you already?
Yeah,
have tenants,
the tenants
right?
already in it, man. So I'm pumped.
Nice. Have you met them yet?
I haven't. Actually, I've met one. Yeah. She was a nice lady. She had her 2 kids there. I think she's from the Philippines. Nice lady.
Okay,
so
good. Yeah.
She offered me, tea and food when I was there. I was like, no, thank you. But
oh man, next time.
Maybe
though.
next time.
Yeah, every time, just throw her a message. Be like, hey, I'm coming in for a quick little visit. She'll naturally just want to make you food. So that's good.
Yeah, I always buy my people pizza. Usually, when I first meet them, I just drop off a bunch of pizzas, saying, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm so and so. How you doing?" Yeah, simple.
Balls and wiener.
Just kidding. That's right. That's rich.
That's rich.
Well,
that's exciting, man. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So let's get this started,
big
man.
News.
This is a big game tonight.
Big
news,
game.
big game.
Let's talk.
Montreal Canadiens, they lose 4-3 in overtime. We'll go through the goals quickly. Nick Suzuki, number 15 of the year. Uri Slafkovsky, Cole Caulfield with the assist. Cole Caulfield scored his 25th, assisted by Slav and Caulfield again. Alex Carrier scored his first goal as a Montreal Canadian. It was a snipe from the blue line. Beautiful. Assisted by Caden Gooley and Nick Suzuki. So Suzuki, 3-point night. That line was buzzing all night, man. The Caulfield, Slafkovsky, and Suzuki, awesome. All night creating chances. It was all offense for them tonight. So that was amazing. Can't say everyone was rolling tonight, but they definitely were. They just created so many chances, and obviously they produced too. So they were huge. Montreal was down 3-1 at one point. I think it was Caulfield who made it 3-2, and then Carrier who tied it all up. So big point. I'm happy they won it over. I hope they got the 1 point. Happy they got the 1 point, that's for sure. Jakub Dobiš got the start, which is the first time Martin St. Louis has gone to Dobiš right after Monty, when it wasn't like a back-to-back, or it wasn't 2 games in between. It was just 1 game. Monty played last. It was Dobiš, Monty, Dobiš. So it was 1 game, 1 game. So that was a first. That means
Interesting.
it tells me that
It's been working. It's been working.
Yeah, they want to give Dobish a little more time in net. Obviously, he is now 5-0-1 in his first six starts.
His first loss. Yeah.
But it was an overtime loss, so he's still undefeated in regulation, so that's
absolutely good. Yep.
Yeah, and then so he saw 40 of 44 shots. So yeah, a great performance. I would say he got off to a little kind of a shaky start, but by the end of the game, he turned into a star. So that was good. But Mike Matheson had a brutal game, man. Brutal. I am honestly, like, there's a lot of things that I like about Matheson, but I'm really starting to dislike the way he plays defensively and just the bonehead plays that he makes. It was evident tonight a few times where he gets caught out of position. He makes the wrong plays at the wrong time. His IQ is not there, man. It's like, obviously he's got decent IQ, but he's a great skater. He does a lot of things well, but he makes so many mistakes and it costs them games. And I'm just over it, man. I'm over it. I've always wanted to support Matheson, but like the more and more I watch of him lately, this guy needs to go. And it's making Lane Hudson look bad, man. Like, Lane Hudson is just getting these dashes night after night. And like most of the time it falls on Matheson. And I'm sick of that. I think Hudson needs a new defensive partner. He needs a defensive-minded, top-pairing defenseman. And that's what Montreal's going to have to do. Yeah.
So is Matheson playing with Hudson full-time?
He is. I
didn't know that. I thought, since when? When did this start happening?
It's been a while. It's been a while now. Ever since Carrier came, it's been full time.
So that's why I haven't been paying attention to the lineups when I watch your games. But so he's 30 years old. Matheson? He played the most minutes. He played the most minutes of 24 and a half minutes tonight. So do you think maybe they're overplaying him, and that's why maybe he did make some mistakes tonight? Because maybe he's not Lane Hudson. He probably doesn't have the stamina like Goulet or Hudson. So maybe that. Because, watching that overtime little hiccup there when Laine, I think Matheson should have had that pass. It wasn't a bad pass by Laine. And I think
it wasn't the greatest, but
no, but he still should. But Matheson didn't read the play behind him, and he got caught. And then it was like, oh no! And then, of all players to get it, Hughes, that guy doesn't miss, man. Right? So,
and
tough.
There was no hustle.
He didn't.
It didn't look like it, anyways, right? It didn't look like it. I'm sure he did, but it didn't look like it. But even before that, like a minute and a half before that, like he's got the puck in the offensive zone and he's going around the net, and it's just like in this, like you have two guys coming at you, but like you need to keep the puck. You need to get this puck back to one of your teammates, because like puck possession is obviously key in 3-on-3 overtime, right? So you can't be giving the puck away for no reason. You got to get this to your teammates. So. And there was a couple goals where he's just kind of, you don't know what he's doing out there. So it's been tough to watch for Matheson. I like him a little bit. I do like a lot of things that he does do, but at the end of the day, man, he just makes way too many mistakes. So that's my little rant on him. It's over. I'm done with Matheson. Obviously, I'm not going to be too hard on him, but I think he's going to get eaten alive tonight on social media, though. Eaten alive. Otherwise, I thought, Montreal, it took them a little bit to get going. The first period was pretty brutal, but they came back from down 3-1, gave it an honest effort in the last couple periods. So big point. Would have liked to see them get 2, obviously, but at the end of the day, take the 1 point and just move on. So
yeah, and about that, I had Gabriel with me, my 4-month-old, and we're watching as much as we can. The times I did watch, I noticed Hudson kind of got bullied tonight. Dougie Hamilton hit him pretty good. The other defensemen, they're going out of their way to hit this kid, knowing that they're taking themselves out of the play in their own zone, which is not good as a defenseman. You're taking out a good player, and they're probably trying to, hurt him as... It's probably smart. He's an elite player at such a young age. But yeah, I kind of thought you'd expect more guys to kind of back him up a little bit. But he's a strong kid. He takes it. So good on Hudson, right? So
Yeah, he got crushed in the third period behind the net.
and it was it was kind of a higher hit. And
Yeah,
other
but he's taking it.
Yeah,
He's taken a few of those, and it's just like the kid. Yeah, I think if anybody questions this guy's character or commitment to like effort to his effort, like the kid's got lots of effort, man. He cares. His care level is like it's sky high. This guy cares.
Of course.
His compete. Yeah, it's his compete level. There's been
he's a competitor.
Some people talking about his competitive
what
spirit.
People are they're actually.
Well,
I'm not a. What? Who's saying that?
Okay, so it was actually, I think it was Corey Prom. I forget his name, something like that. But he's actually like works for what company is it? It's not the Athletic. I don't think it's the Athletic, but it's a good one. And he came out and he like ranked him as ranked him very low in like the under 23 players, and he was like lucky and like he should be good enough to be a top 4 defenseman. There's questions about his compete level, and it's just like, what are you talking about? Compete level?
Holy fuck!
That
makes me mad. Are you fucking blind? I'm a diehard Flyer fan, but since we started this journey, and I do cheer for Canadian teams. I'm even cheering for Toronto now, which has never, because it's so tight that I'm cheering for people to take other guys out in the Eastern Conference because we're all trying to make a push for that playoff spot. But dude, Hudson is a competitor. He's a gamer. That guy doesn't stop. Like in his IQ,
he doesn't.
When you watch him, he is always looking. His head's down. He's shuffling. He's always looking for that next play, next move. That guy is high as a kite. Okay, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. That pisses me off. What is going on?
I know. Wow. Yeah, the fan base went crazy.
Look at the scoreboard.
Watch the games.
Look at the scoreboard. Look at his stats. Yeah, sometimes his negatives are not the best, but still, he puts points, he makes plays, he reads plays. The guy is such an exceptional, elite, young player. I'm excited for you. I can't wait.
Oh, he's so good, man.
Yeah.
And to think he's only 20, rookie season, he's already...
He's fun to watch, man.
Best player.
And I'm excited for, his brother coming in to play for Washington next year. He should be playing next year, I'm assuming. I would expect him to. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
did you see the goal he scored the other day in college hockey?
Ridiculous.
What does he do? He walks the blue line and beats someone on the blue line.
And then
kind of comes in, shimmies, boom,
straight at the hash marks.
Amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Cole Hudson.
Yeah.
Cole Hudson.
Cole.
Yeah.
Unreal, eh? Unreal.
Went second round. I don't know how, but good pickup.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. So those brothers are awesome, man. But overall, what else do I have on this Montreal game? Maybe I'll touch on one more thing at least. Obviously, big for Carrier. That's a big goal.
+1. Yep.
There's no way that. That was a good feeling. You could sense when that goal went in. It was like the game tying goal. Third period, the Bell Center erupted. You could just feel that energy, man. And Alex Carrier is just this is amazing. I'm taking this all in, man. He's been amazing.
I didn't see that goal. I came back upstairs, put my son down, making a bottle. Yeah. I come back down 3-3. I'm like, let's go. And I shouldn't even be cheering for you. I should not be cheering for your team. But I am. Here I am.
Yeah, that's the hard part, man. You're right though. When you talked about the Leafs, it's just the Leafs could have done everyone a big favor, and beat Columbus. Mm-hmm. Lost 5-1.
Lost
tonight.
They got destroyed.
Yeah, tonight they could have beat Ottawa for us. Nope, lose to Ottawa.
They lost to Ottawa tonight? I thought they won.
No, they lost 2-1 to Ottawa. So
tonight? Shut up.
Unless I'm wrong.
I thought I seen it. I thought I'd seen it 2-1 from the other way. I got to double check. They lost. No way. They lost.
Yeah,
dude. I was scrolling through this to kind of prepare, and I could have swore 2 for the Maple Leafs, 1 for Ottawa. Well, that sucks.
Nice. That's the funny thing too, though. It's I do want, I want to see Ottawa in the playoffs.
Of course
you do.
But
I want to see Chuck.
So do I. I want to see Giroux there. I want to see these guys, succeed.
Yeah.
And Senators are such a young, talented team too. They're fun to watch. right?
They can
But
be.
I just
Lately they have been. Yeah. It's like there's all these teams where you're just like, oh, that's a good story. That'd be cool. Like, that's nice for them. And then you're just like, well, geez, I want Montreal. I want Philly to make it. Like, what are we doing here? Why are we like Columbus? Yeah, it'd be a great story to make it in, but it's just like, how can we cheer for them when they might take our spot?
You can't.
How can you cheer for Ottawa when they're going to
can't.
probably take our spot? You can't.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to. But like this first time in a long time, it's been this tight in the East Division, man.
It is,
or
man.
Eastern Conference, sorry.
And
it's just like...
And I feel like now with, the Necas trade, the Rantanen trade, I feel like trade deadline is going to start now. And I know it ends March 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to start. It's going to start now. I feel like people are going to be in panic mode. Let's press the button. It's going to happen. I think it's go time. I think it's go time, John. Yeah. I'm excited.
Interesting thing listening to Elliot Friedman tonight, and like he had a great point, and I know we will talk about the trade obviously a little later,
of course,
but like he had such a good point. It's like like these guys, these big superstars who are going into their final year, right, and like they're looking to get paid, and like that's kind of the goal for some of these guys, right? Like Rantanen didn't want to stay there because he wanted to get paid.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like Colorado pulled the trigger. They pulled the trigger. They're like, we're not sure if he's going to sign. We're not going to lose him for nothing. I mean, Johnny Gaudreau, rest in peace, when he left Calgary, they got nothing for him.
No, man.
Right? They didn't tell him. So, like, exactly. So, like, for Colorado, he's just like, well...
It's a business move.
If we're not sure if he's going to sign, we can't lose this guy for nothing. Let's just trade him now.
Absolutely.
And you might see that going forward.
It's an asset that you need to switch that. You need to bring something.
Yeah, you need to maximize that asset. Like you have to utilize that asset and maximize the return because you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, now I want to talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do the Flyers first.
Okay. Well, do we? Okay. No, I think we talk about the trade. I say we get into it.
You want to?
I do.
Nothing on the Flyers?
Oh, we do the Flyers after. We'll come back to it. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so awesome. So we did something. We put something out. It was last night, right? Last night.
Yeah. It was
Thursday night? Friday nights. But I think by the time we posted it, I don't think we had all the details. So we'll go through the details right now. So to Carolina, Mikko Rantanen, Taylor Hall. Colorado gets Martin Necas, Jack Drury. I think he's a good third, fourth liner. 2025 second round pick and a 2026 fourth round pick, all from Carolina. And then Chicago, they get a 2025 third round pick and their own return from Carolina. Okay, so it was theirs. They just got it back.
Yeah.
And then 50% of Rantanen's salary, which great pickup there. Great
man.
Pickup.
Carolina won this deal. Carolina won the deal of the century. God.
Yeah, is that what you think that? It depends, though, right? Like, they have to re-sign him. What if they don't re-sign him, man?
Well, they're going to re-sign him. They're going to re-sign him. John, if you're getting... So, listening earlier today, I forget who it was. Maybe it was... I forget. But they didn't think he was worth more than McKinnon, which I think is, what, 12.4 he's getting paid?
Something like that,
yeah. So, they didn't think he was worth 12.4. So, I don't know. And you can see McKinnon, he's pretty upset. They're best friends, 9 years playing together. Obviously, it's pretty tough. But I think if you're getting him and then you're giving Necas away, Drury away, plus draft pick, I think they're going to re-sign him. They have to. Because you just lost Necas, who's going to be he's what, 26?
Something like that. I think
you're going to re-sign him.
Yeah.
Unless you're just trying to make that Stanley Cup, which you are trying to make a Stanley Cup. But I think you also want to, make up for it, right? So, I don't know. It's exciting. Good for Carolina, man.
Yeah.
Taylor Hall, a nice seasoned vet. So, you'll have some... They won. I mean, Drury is going to... Taylor Hall is better than Drury, right? Then you have Necas, who's on pace for 95 goals. Then you add...
Points.
Points. Yeah.
95 goals, like that'd be a good one.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
That'd be.
But yeah, Rantanen, man, he's just an elite player, just goal scorer. I'm happy, man. It's good for them.
Yeah, and he's best friends with Sebastian Aho. Like they were roommates when they're 16 growing up. Like, so I mean,
There's
that's
chemistry.
that's a great line too. Like I think it's Aho and Svechnikov. I have a hard time saying that guy's name, but
That's
but
an
the thing
elite
is, like,
line.
I don't know what I saw today though, Pelly, was I believe it was Mikko Rantanen's agent on Twitter, and he said, I forget exactly what it said, but basically he said like he's earned the right to free agency. So it's just like, is he planning on going to free agency, or is he gonna sign with Carolina? Because like you said now, like for sure, I thought it was gonna come with an extension. Because like, how do you trade away Necas, who's under contract,
Yeah.
on pace for his best year, 90 some points? Like, how do you trade him? You're going all in on 1 year, like a Toronto Raptors. Remember Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah.
When they traded
And they won.
DeRozan, and it was just 1 year.
He didn't sign. He went back.
He didn't sign, but they won. They won the championship,
And good for
They
them.
got it.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
It's worth it. If you can
If
do
you
it,
win.
great. Yeah.
Right.
Can their goalie stay healthy? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's question marks there too, because so I mean, it's a good deal. Obviously, Rantanen's a freaking stud, but it'll be interesting to see if they can re-sign him. They actually all played tonight. They all made their debuts tonight.
Yeah.
Martin Necas had probably the roughest night. He had no points, -3 and a 3-1 loss to the Boston Bruins. Jack Drury, no points, a -1, and then Mikko Rantanen, I think he has 0 points, but it was a +1 in his debut. Taylor Hall, I think it was zeros across the board, but I mean, it's just their first game. It's probably very shocking to them. So I'm actually surprised that they all played today, because this happened last night. So so kind of a 180, like
This is
a lot going on. A lot going on for those guys.
off-topic question. How many shorthanded goals do you think Mikko Rantanen has?
I wouldn't even have guessed to that he's a penalty killer. He's probably no more than 5 or 6.
0.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought he would have. I thought he would have had at least one.
he doesn't
Or a
kill
couple.
penalties though.
I know, but I just thought.
You're not gonna. I
don't
don't
know.
think he's a penalty killer. That surprises you.
Yeah, I don't know. I look at Konechny. He's like the goat for like shorthanded goals. So I was comparing.
But I
apples
just don't
to
think. I
apples.
don't think he plays it.
Yeah,
But it's like apples
See,
and. But it's
I
like
didn't know
apples
that.
and potatoes.
I
It's
didn't
like
know
apples
that
and
about,
potatoes.
I didn't know that about Rantanen. I thought he would have killed penalties. So I didn't.
Yeah.
Know. So now I know.
Yeah, usually those Finn guys are pretty good at, playing
Other.
a complete
Other
game,
roles.
a complete
Yeah.
style of game. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But I guess when you're putting up 100 points, you don't really need to worry about the PK.
No, you don't.
But yeah, so yeah, it looks like he's looking like So back to the they didn't want to pay him McKinnon's money, and then they're looking like he wanted to. I think he wants the money like Draisaitl money.
14
Draisaitl
mil.
makes 14 per, but then like the argument there was Rantanen's a winger, and I guess Colorado had this is all coming from Friedman on Hockey Night in Canada, but he said apparently they were willing to make him the highest paid winger. No problem.
Yeah, but not the center. I know. Yeah,
But
which is such.
they
bullshit.
weren't going to go past.
Like to even say that you're setting guidelines on certain roles that you should be paid this because you're benchmarking other players. I think it's silly. I mean, look at what he does for points. Like he's just such a complete player. I don't think you can base it off that. I don't know. I think they should. I would have signed him if I was Colorado because, like, man,
Yeah, make it
and like
work.
Langskoff, he'll be coming back here hopefully, probably before playoffs if they make it.
I wonder if they make it.
If they're gonna
No,
pull
that's
the-
no guarantee for sure.
Yeah, they're still fighting that wild card spot, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think. I mean, I know, but it's just I don't know. I don't know if they just couldn't afford it. Like with the salary cap and stuff. But with the cap going up, you think you just sign Rantanen and then do whatever you
Make it
whatever
yeah.
you can to
Yeah,
make it work.
Exactly.
But like,
do-
yeah,
Look what Toronto has done. They've had so many studs, and but then they end up like their back end's not as good or their goaltending's not as good. So maybe it was a
Yeah.
good decision to move him. I don't know.
yeah,
But-
maybe. because they do have to sign Makar. I think Makar's getting a contract soon, and
Yeah,
that's going to be. But like they talked about it was a good question by the reporter talking to McKinnon. They asked about like that salary, like you're making 12 something, like there's talks about not going higher than you, and he's like, I don't care about money.
Exactly, and no one does. They just want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does enough Tim Hortons commercials.
The agents make sure that they get what they're worth for sure. But I mean, he's not going to be like, oh, he makes $14 million. I don't like you anymore, or this is a problem.
Look at Crosby.
No,
he doesn't give a rat's ass.
Yeah. 8.7.
Team friendly. Do a team friendly.
Yeah. So, dude, what do you think? Like, what? I don't understand what Chicago's thinking here. Right? Like, what is Chicago doing?
What are you doing, man? Like, I feel bad for Taylor Hall. This is the second time. I remember when he left Oilers, he got nothing in return, really.
It was Adam Larson.
Yeah. Was it Adam Larson?
One for one, yeah.
And I thought it could have been more, but...
Oh, yeah, at the time. And then he goes on to win a Hart Trophy with New Jersey.
He does. So,
that year, I think so.
And then, Chicago retains $4.5 million. And they get a third or a fourth round coming back. Like
they get
you should at least negotiate a second round at bat. Like
at worst, yeah.
At worst, like at least try to get a first. Like
yeah, I would honestly if this was Kent Hughes in Montreal, he's coming back with a first round draft pick.
Absolutely. Same with Pierre.
He got. So was it 2 years ago or what was it? Sean Monahan. Mm-hmm. Calgary traded Montreal, Sean Monahan, and a first round draft pick, so we could take we could take him off the books. So we took Monahan, but we took a first round pick, and then he turns around and he flips Monahan at the deadline or not that year, but the year after they signed him again. But he traded him again for another first round pick. So Sean Monahan got us 2 first round picks.
That's a crazy.
Right? And Taylor Hall is just getting you a third, and you're taking half the salary.
Yeah, it's silly,
don't you think Davidson should be like, okay, you guys want to make the deal, but you can't because of the money?
Let me help you out.
Here, I'll help you out. Throw me a first round pick. Throw me a first round pick.
Yeah. No.
But as he takes the third round pick, half the salary, gives away Taylor Hall. It's like, oh, wow. I don't know what the hell Chicago's doing. I don't know where they're going. But if I'm Connor Bedard,
I'd be pissed. Because Connor Bedard obviously grows up watching Taylor Hall. He's a guy that you want to have hanging around him. And then you just get rid of him and you have nothing coming back in return. Like Bush. That is Bush League, man.
Yeah, it is, Bush. Man.
It is.
I don't know what's going on with Chicago, man.
The way that and Chicago's they've stepped it up. From how they started, they're playing a lot better.
Have they played well?
They grinded out last night against Tampa. I think they lost 4-3 in overtime. But Connor Bedard is he's finally scoring again, which is good, getting points. But you should have the bar raised way higher to make Bedard better. I feel sorry for him there. I don't know. I guess it's not my team, so I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. Whatever. But I just feel bad for Hall.
Yeah. So Friedman again, he was like if you want to look at Chicago, the one thing they do have going for them is that they're gonna have money. They're gonna have legit money this summer, legit, where they could transform this team. So we'll wait till the summer to see what they can do. But I mean, not everyone's going to want to go to Chicago. No. Great city. Connor Bedard's obviously one of the best young studs. But so there's some attraction there. They got a great history in terms of winning.
Yes, they do.
I was going to say culture, but their culture, it's been in question over the last decade or so. So I'm not gonna prop them up too much.
But they have a lot of good sports teams, man. Baseball, football, the Bulls,
basketball, Michael Jordan. Yeah,
of course. It's a great city,
beautiful city, man.
Great pizza.
Great pizza. Me and Caitlin actually went. We went there. It was maybe a decade, almost 9 or 10 years ago. But we driving from Ottawa back to Alberta, and we stopped and we spent 2 or 3 days there. beautiful city.
Is
like
it?
the downtown's beautiful. We found this cute little pocket of like this is cute little neighborhood. It was just like so old and so cool and great city. Like we loved that city. It was super, 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 super nice. But so we'll see what Chicago does. But I mean, who knows? It looks terrible, to be honest. All right, well, but we can move on for the trade. The trade, it's a shocking trade, biggest trade we've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's nice. Thank you for doing
thank you for doing that last night. That was fun.
It's nice. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
I got in trouble for doing that.
Did you?
It's funny.
For jumping on? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Pelly, you want to do a quick bid? I'm like, absolutely. My dad was over for dinner, and he heard me tell my wife, like, hey, I'll be gone 10 minutes. And, I could hear her banging. Like, where are you? And making a video. Pump the brakes. But my dad's like, yeah, I heard you say I'll be back in 10. Maybe we were gone for 20 minutes tops. Yeah. But, next time she's like, next time, don't say, I'll be back in 10 minutes. So I want you to actually yell it so she hears me. I thought you can talk to her and then it's like one ear, it's out. She doesn't retain nothing.
Right.
Pregnancy brain is what she calls it, but she's 4 months postpartum. So it's funny. It's hilarious. It's funny.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, I get in trouble with that too, though. Like where it's just like, I'll be 10 minutes and then it's like 20, half hour. And then you get in trouble. Because what happens is just like
flies by, man.
End, yeah, and on our end, it's just like we want to be 10 minutes. Like that's I know
try to.
I know you need me. I know it needs to be 10 minutes. Yeah, that's the goal. And then something happens, and it just takes a little longer, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, man.
And it's just like, and then you're just like I would have been okay with it if you would have told me if it was a half hour. It's like I didn't want it to be a half hour, and you would have said no if I said it was a half hour.
Bending the rules.
Funny though. Yeah. So I mean, I can understand, especially for you. Like for me, it was great. It was at night. Everyone's in bed, but for you, it's like right in the middle of prime time. Get the kids ready for feed them, bedtime, whatever. But I'm happy you did it, so it was good. It was good. Funny. But anyways, okay. So, dude, I think we all thought that JT Miller was going to be the one going out of Vancouver, right? And I thought that kind of put an end to the rumors about Elias Pettersson, but they're not. They're not. Friedman, again, on Hockey Night in Canada, came and said today that there was a chance that Vancouver Canucks there was a chance that Pettersson was going to get dealt to Carolina. And this is the thought. This is the thought yesterday. Obviously, Carolina went in another direction with the Rantanen deal, but he said trade talks with the Vancouver Canucks and a bunch of other teams is still ongoing. And it's Buffalo. They're the front runner. They're pushing the hardest to make this deal happen. I know.
Because you know why? I'm sick of talking about the JT and Elias Pettersson. I feel like this has been like months. It's like,
it has been.
You guys got to figure this out and like let's just move forward. Let's just start fresh. Either get Cousins or I don't know, but you think they'd keep Pettersson, get rid of JT, but apparently that's not the case. I don't know. I just want to see a trade happen because like Vancouver's tanking, man. They need to start winning. So if that morale is dropping because the animosity with those two players, they need to figure it out. So, because they just got shit kicked by, was it Oilers last night, 6-2?
I think so. They've lost like 3-4 in a row, I think.
Yeah, they're not doing well. So,
no.
I don't know. I'd like to see some trades happen, get some fresh blood in there. Hughes can spice it up, I don't know. I want to see something happen here. Be good.
I know. Me too.
Be good.
And obviously, yeah, like you said, like Cousins is probably the best bet, right? Like if Buffalo's gonna, but I mean, from what I've heard on Twitter, on X, like people are talking Cousins and Byram, Bowen Byram, but like, I don't know.
Ooh. If they could get a 2-for-1 combo, that is a good deal for
I think it would take that. It would definitely take that. I mean, I think a lot of it is, dude, funny, man. Like Vancouver fans on X and even on our TikTok stuff.
They're like
when we
Montreal,
put this
man.
stuff
They're like
out,
Montreal. They're diehard
No.
fans out there.
They're diehard, but they're also delusional.
Of course. They're
Vancouver fans are absolutely delusional. They think Elias Pettersson. I don't know if most fans would say yes to a deal involving Pettersson and Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. They would probably still think it's not enough. Honestly, it's just like they want Darlene, they want Cousins, they want first round draft picks for Pettersson.
He's not
And
that
it's just
good.
like,
He's not that good.
No,
He's always
he
hurt.
can be good.
He's
He
fragile.
can be good.
He's
Yeah.
fragile. He's not that. I don't think he's worth all that.
No,
And I think it's the people that he plays with that makes him that elite, right? So, because Vancouver has a lot of studs, you know, Besser, JT, Hughes. I'm missing another person, but yeah, like they're stacked when it's on a power play line. Like, yeah, elite, good.
yeah. I mean, they had a great year
yeah.
last season too, right? A great year last year. But it's
they
funny
lost.
though, man. Like honestly, I'm just like, what do you want from for Pettersson? Because Pettersson, yeah, like you said, like he's one of those guys where it's just like, oh yeah, he'll put up 100 points, but he'll also disappear for 30 games with his head down, his tail tucked between his legs.
Yeah,
Where's
and
Pettersson? Hello.
He might get hurt. He might get hurt.
Yeah, like where is he? Oh, he's sad. Oh, he's sad. He's not going to produce.
You hurt his
this
feelings. You hurt his feelings.
Yeah. So
Don't
it's
tell
just
him
like
he can play better. You know.
yeah. So it's like he's good, yes, and there's been moments of excellence with him.
Yeah.
But to say this kid's like,
It sounds
gotta-
like he's a
you
little
gotta-
sensitive, you know.
Yeah,
I like
you
JT
gotta-
Miller. I think JT is the guy that says, "Hey, be better." I like it, and some people don't like that kind of talk. But it's hockey, man. It's rough.
yeah,
He's gonna call you on your shit. You know,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, hey,
too
go
bad.
fly a kite. You know.
Yeah.
So
but
I don't know.
Or I don't know. I don't know either, man. And like Cousins not having a great year, 10 goals, 24
No.
points.
He's not.
But I think he needs a fresh start, and I think that would do well.
I'm excited.
Right.
I'm excited because I
Yeah.
hope with Ristolainen from the Flyers, he's having such a good year. He's on the trading block. I would love to get something in return for him. You know,
Like Elias Pettersson.
that won't happen.
Just no,
That
I
won't
know.
happen.
I don't know. I don't even know if Philadelphia has the assets to get him.
We don't want him. I don't want him. He's just too sensitive, man. He has no grit. You want a guy like JT Miller, honestly. That guy fights. He does it all. He's got an attitude problem. He's kind of like Evander Kane. I like it. That's just me, though, right? So, a little rough
don't blame
around
you.
the edges. Yeah,
He is definitely rough
I
around the
like it.
edges. But
I do.
But what surprises me is that like they almost had a deal in place for Miller. They're
Mm-hmm.
clearly they came out and basically said that like Miller's the problem. There's a few other. And I mean, Vancouver didn't say this. Like the Canucks did not say this, but it's come
media.
out. Yeah. Like there's people come out and saying like it's not just Pettersson who's got a problem. There's there's some other stars that have a problem with JT. So it's just like when they almost trade him, and it's just like, okay, well, JT Miller, then he's probably the one going. And then you hear this. It's just like, what are they doing? They want to trade everyone.
Apparently,
But yeah, like I said earlier, off air. But like, I wonder if this was Vancouver's. If this is what they wanted to do all along, was trade Pettersson, right? Because what happened is like they signed that extension, and it kind of seemed like they were hesitant to sign that extension, but they gave him the money because he was slumping at the time,
it's
right?
smart. It's smart. You're keeping
They
the
gave
asset.
him the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They gave him the money,
Yeah.
knowing that they had 1 year to trade him, and that his
And he
value
was
is going to be
hesitant.
pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that they may have just signed him because
Yeah.
signed him, but
And-
wanted to trade him. So I don't know.
Exactly. See what else is out there for him, right? See if any.
Mm-hmm.
But it does. Right now, it's so hard. Like, who can he get in return? Like, to get a good center, it's like they just don't exist. You know, they're all locked up. So I don't know, man. I don't know where he's gonna go. Who's gonna take him? So
It'll be interesting.
be.
And I can't wait to see it because I really hope that there's gonna be a lot going on, man. A lot of big names, a lot of excitement in the NHL,
I know.
and who knows what's gonna happen, man. Did you happen to see though Friggin' Brad Marchand. It was Thursday's game against the Ottawa Senators.
Yes.
When he
the little
grabs
choke.
Nick Cousins'
What
neck.
did he say? What did he say? Do it. Finish him, Marchand.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Was it offside? Absolutely. And I fucking love it. And I don't like Brad Marchand. Do I like him? No. Would I want him on my team? Absolutely. He's a menace. He gets in your face. I am shocked that there was no suspension. You know, if he did a slur, remember when Kucherov did this? He got suspended.
Yeah.
And yet you can't take your glove off and choke someone out because it's just intrusive. It looks malicious. Yeah, I don't know. And then you have Tyler Myers and McDavid getting 3 games for cross checks, which is obviously not good either. Yeah. But Marchand has a record, right?
He does.
Of doing a lot of fucking weird shit. That guy is probably something in the bedroom. I tell you what, licking, choking. I love it. But is this going to get reviewed? Do you think?
Oh, that's good. No, there's no penalty. No penalty.
Yeah.
No, this is over. This it's gone. Like it's the moment has passed. There's no penalty.
Holy
no fine,
fuck.
no suspension. So, but like basically, what you're telling guys though is like, oh, that's allowed. You're allowed to choke people out. That's fine. You can take your glove off, grab.
It's hockey.
Neck, no problem.
Sure.
We won't even give you a penalty. That's fine. No problem. Like, what kind of message does that send to players, man? Right? Like,
it's gonna be a rough year.
It's okay.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
You can lick people, and you can choke people. That's fine. No big deal.
Yes, super duper.
As long as you're a Boston Bruin, that's fine. As long as you're a Boston Bruin.
Yes.
Do
you think
Bruins.
it's a little disrespectful to the fan base? Like some of the stuff he's done it's just questionable. The shit he does, and it's just like, not again. Why is he licking people? Like
yeah,
he's doing. You got to get PR on the phone, public relations, to make a story up for what he did. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's funny. What do you do?
Yeah, he's a wild guy.
It's hockey. Love it.
Yeah,
he's a cool. I think he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
He
man.
seems like a pretty good
off
dude.
the camera. Like remember last year, or the year before, he took someone's phone, starts recording it, walks away. That's awesome. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love
you
it.
know?
Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest. Like Nick Cousins, I mean, he probably
He's a
did
tough
something to somewhat
piss him
deserve it,
off.
though.
Yeah, he's a
little
too,
rat
man.
guy too, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
of
like
course
him.
he
He's
is.
dirty.
He's a dirty. Love him. He's a guy you want.
I don't like him at all.
I know, but he's a guy. If he's on your team, he knows that he's going to put his life on the line. Right? I know if you don't like him, you still have to appreciate. You have to appreciate him because
we had him.
Call spade a spade, John.
Hey, Montreal had him.
Man.
Montreal played. He played for Montreal.
Yeah.
I hated it. He wasn't like a little rat in Montreal.
He wasn't.
He went to Florida and he just like I think it was a little too much of Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett, Kachuk.
Well, Matthew Bennett is a loose cannon, man. And then you have Kachuk. They both went from Calgary to. Must be those two players because they weren't like that before.
He wasn't like that before. All of a sudden,
I
he
love
became
it.
like
Good
the dirtiest player.
Maybe the GM said, "Hey, we're looking for a player to play this role. Can you do it?" Yes, I can do it. Yeah. Sign me up.
It's true.
Not sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do.
That's right.
But you got to put the food on the table. You know.
Oh, for sure, right?
Yeah.
You got to feed the fam. You got to feed
the fam, man.
Yeah,
for the boys.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Some other news going down today was the Rangers announced today that they have agreed to a 5-year extension with right shot defenseman Will Borgen, $4.1 million per season. He was acquired by the Rangers in December as part of the package that sent Capo Caco to the Seattle Kraken. He's got 1 goal and I think it's 2 assists or 1 in 17 games with the Rangers, but he plays about 18 minutes a game. They really like him.
Really?
And 5-year deal, man. That's
At 4.1. I'm
a
going
little
to
high.
look up his stats. I'm going to look up his stats and see. I don't know. I feel like I kind of have like a strategic like discovery for like benchmarking analytics of what a player should be paid. And looking at him, I don't think he's worth 4 point. But he plays average of 16 minutes a game. Doesn't take too many.
That's not that high.
Minutes.
That's not that high at all.
It's
16
no, it's
minutes.
not. That's what I'm saying. Like you think he'd be like at least playing at least 20. Plus and minuses aren't terrible. Yeah, he doesn't really. He's played 2 seasons healthy since he's been in the league since 2018. He could have been dropped down. I'm not sure what his story is, but yeah, I mean, I think they overpaid by like a good $1.5 million. I think he should be paid like 2.5.
Yeah, I think like the thing that gets that makes it, a little more worth it. I think the right-handed shot
defenseman. Yeah, they're hard to find.
defenseman. They're hard to
like
find.
Drysdale. They're hard to find. I get it.
They're hard to find.
But
so.
he's not going to be your top guy. He might be your third.
I would say at 4 million, you'd want him to be your at least fourth.
Your middle.
No,
Yeah, your middle. You'd want it. Is he going to play it?
third 4? So 3-4.
3-4.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't watched much. I haven't watched him much, so I don't really know what his game is. Obviously, the stats are not. He's probably more valuable than than what the stats show. So I mean, I don't really know his game overly. But I mean, he must be a solid defender. I think they like good
Block
replacement
shots,
for
maybe.
Trouba, right? So I think they're happy with him for sure. Obviously, given him 5 years, definitely a different look from Trouba. So I mean, I think they're happy there. Oh yes, and then Sean Monahan. The Blue Jackets are going to be without Sean Monahan for longer than they initially thought. They announced that today too. Monahan's expected to be sidelined for an additional 6 to 8 weeks with the wrist injury that he suffered against the Pittsburgh Penguins on January 7th. So he won't be back. That time, he'll keep
Tough
him off
loss
the
for
ice.
them.
They say until mid to late March. So maybe back in time for playoffs. But it's a big loss. He's
is he
a
getting
big
traded?
piece, man.
Is he getting traded?
Oh no, he just signed a 5-year deal with Columbus. So
He did, eh?
yeah,
Good
no,
for
big piece. Yeah, he was having a
course,
great
he's
year.
huge. He's
Very
been
happy
lighting
with
it up.
him. I don't know if he was the number 1 center, but I think he's playing number 2.
I just feel like he's
number 2.
I feel like since with Johnny passing, I feel like that's been his fire and energy because he's been playing so well and emotional. He's such an emotional player this year. I love it.
Yeah.
That's too bad, man.
Yeah, it is too
Wow.
bad because
6
we
to 8
obviously
weeks.
we had him in
Yeah.
Montreal for a couple of years and like loved him. Smart hockey player, good defensively, good on faceoffs, good veteran guy who was really good with the young kids. Like a really good person, a really great teammate. So from what we hear, obviously, I don't know him personally. If you didn't know,
It's probably a beauty.
probably a beauty, probably an
He's a
absolute
hockey
beauty.
player.
So too bad for Sean Monahan. Too bad for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But before we take off, man, do you want to let's touch on the Philadelphia Flyers a little bit, man?
Let's talk about him. Yeah.
Let's do it. The Flyers have lost 2 straight games after winning 3 straight. Their latest loss came on Friday in a 3-1 loss to the Islanders. Tyson Forrester scored his 13th. He's going to get his 20 this year. And then Ivan Fedotov stopped 24 of 27 shots in the loss. What do you think, man? How do you think they've been playing lately? And like, are you
Really
do you still
well.
like what you're seeing, or even in these losses?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like we've brought up 2 players. Like you have, your boy Anthony Richard.
Right.
They brought him back up, and then also A-Balls Rodrigo played his first NHL game, and he's played 3 now. But no, I mean, we're just battling injuries and stuff like that, it seems. But boys aren't playing well. I mean, Fedotov could have had a better game last game. Harrison's been playing exceptional, I feel like. He's been not letting goals in the first 2 minutes of the game, which is nice. But, yeah, it's a tough month against tough teams. Like, I think we play Jersey again, I believe. We play them 3 times this month. So if we can get another few W's, that'd be great. But it's trying to stay consistent, man. It's tough.
Right.
I don't know. It's I got really nothing really to say. I really hope Nico Deslauriers comes back. We miss him. We miss the fights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right though with Philly though, right? Like it's either like it's going really well,
Or really
and then it goes very poor, and it's just like
it's inconsistent.
Just when you kind of like count them out, they just come back, and then they've actually gone 5-3-2 in their last 10, and then it's just like 2 more losses now. It just kind of seems like it's just like they're not finding that consistency, and you know. But I mean that's that's what happens when you're a young team. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're still battling. They're still in it. They're only like 3 points out of a playoff spot.
3 points out. We're 3 points out, but it's just it's nice that
still going.
If we could have a goalie that's above 900 save percentage, that'd be amazing.
I think Harrison is. Oh no, you're right.
891.
891.
But yeah, it's just figuring that defense core out because Eric Johnson played his first game since November last game.
Was that the Colorado game he last played? When he played his 1000th game? Or did he play after that?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That's a great question. I just know, like, I'm really happy with the fourth line. Like, since Paling's been out, like, him, Hathaway, have just been tearing it up.
Yeah, it's too bad that he got injured.
Yeah, it sucks, man. He's been having a sick season. And then it's just obviously trying to find that line combination with, like, the top 6, like Konechny, and then like Couturier's bouncing up and down, and then you have Matvei Michkov playing on the third. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Noah Cates has been doing really well, but Tippett's been playing really good too, which is he's almost the funnest player to watch because he's so fast.
Yeah,
he just needs to hit the net more.
Yeah.
So. But
my cat is back. Can you hear the cat?
Yeah, Gigi.
Gigi meowing in the background.
That Gigi. Yeah, she's back.
Gigi.
Is she in heat or what?
I don't think so. She just wants in. She
Let
just
her in,
wants
man.
in the room, but she's stubborn. But anyways, yeah. But some good news. I mean, for Harrison, looks like he's gonna be replacing Jacob Markstrom, who's hurt.
Well,
Markstrom's out for a while, so
I kind of knew that.
Right? Like like you said, people have been scouting him, right? And
yeah, like I forget when we chatted, but it was probably over a couple weeks when the head coach of the Sweden's Four Nation team was at Wells Fargo. Obviously, he was there to probably watch Harrison because there was another goalie that got hurt.
It was Allmark. Right.
Allmark.
Yeah.
And now you have Markstrom.
Yeah.
Fuck,
so it looks like
sucks.
Allmark's gonna be back. It looks like.
Okay.
She's like,
you okay?
Yeah, she's attacking the door. Gigi is the cat. But yeah, so now Markstrom's out. He's out for a while.
Yeah.
He's 4 to 6 weeks, so he's not gonna be there. Allmark looks like it's gonna be back. So Harrison looks like, he's gonna have a shot to. I don't know if he's gonna start. Who else do they have? I don't even know.
Allmark will start.
If he's ready.
I think he will be.
Yeah. And I mean, Harrison's. I was looking at his stats.
He can play,
14,
man. He
8,
can game.
2. Yeah, he's got a great record, man. 14,
He can
8, and 2.
Yeah.
Save percentage of under 9, 891. But a goals against of 280. That's respectable.
Yeah.
Anything under 3, I would say, is pretty respectable. So I mean, that's going to be fun. I think that's going to be a good break for a lot of players. That 2 weeks off. It's going to be hard for us because, like, what are we going to talk about? What, we'll find some, things to say. But
the Four Nations.
It's going to be
fun.
boring, right? I don't even know if I'm going to watch the Four Nations. To be honest, are you?
I'm going to be into it for sure because there's nothing else to do. I'm a hockey.
I know.
I love it. I'm a little bit disappointed though that Russia doesn't have a team.
Oh yeah,
And as much as what's going on over there, I think it's not fair for these players to be punished for their country's leader and his actions. You know,
right?
Like
It'd be
there's
fun
so
to
many.
see, right?
Yeah, man. Like especially Ovi. Like, he's a legend, man. He's just such a team player. You know, such a happy guy. Do you know that Ovi encourages everyone to have a beer after the game? He's got a beer cooler in their room. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He
You
has
told
2
me
to
this.
3 beers every night, and like he relaxes. And
Yeah.
I think having that energy of like, hey guys, let's relax. It's cool, man. Having a leader,
Have a
you know.
beer, vodka,
Have
and
a
a
beer.
pickle. Get a pickle,
Yeah, some
and a
potatoes,
vodka.
you know.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think that does it for another episode of the Barely Onside podcast. Thanks for listening, watching. Please follow us on Facebook and TikTok at Barely Onside Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also listen to us on Spotify.
Spotify.